Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time to play Pin the Place on the Donkey for the very last time this Christmas. Now then, can you guess where Doris the donkey is for the last time? Now, you might say she's in the boot of your car, and you'd almost be right, but where is my car? Where's the location? Let's see if you can see it. Do you know where we are now? If you don't know this one, you should well and truly be shocked. Yes, we're at the clock tower with all of its beautiful lights lit up. The clock has just struck 6 o'clock in the evening. You probably didn't hear that. Now, why have I brought you here? I brought you here because I want you to know about Christmas that it is time. It is time. I'm going to read from the scriptures from the Bible, and I'm going to read to you. It's raining, it doesn't matter. I'm going to read to you from Matthew chapter 1. Matthew chapter 2, I should say. After Jesus was born in Bethlehem, Judea, during the time of King Herod, Magi from the east came to Jerusalem and asked, "Where is the one who was born King of the Jews? We saw his star in the east and have come to worship him." When King Herod heard this, he was disturbed, and Jerusalem with him. And he called together all the people as chief, I have to turn the page, all the people as chief priests and all the people as chief scribes. And he asked them where the Christ was to be born. "In Bethlehem, Judea," they replied, "for this is what the prophet has written. But you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah. For out of you will come a ruler who will be the shepherd of my people." Then Herod called the Magi secretly and found out from them the exact time the star appeared. He sent them to Bethlehem and said, "Go and make a search for the child. As soon as you find him, report to me so that I may go and worship him." After they had heard that the king, they went on their way, and the star they had seen in the east went ahead of them until it stopped over the place where the child was. When they saw the star, they were overjoyed. On coming to the house, they saw the child with his mother Mary, and they bowed down and worshipped him. And they opened their treasures and presented him with gifts of gold and of incense and of myrrh. And having been warned in a dream not to go back to Herod, they returned to their country by another route. We're here at the clock tower because I wonder, is it time for you to come to the Lord Jesus Christ? We've just read about those wise men, the Magi, and what we don't realize sometimes about them is they were very, very wealthy men. They were probably working as counselors, as chief executives, giving advice to kings in the east, perhaps in the Babylon area. And they were very wealthy, they were very knowledgeable, they had brains, they had everything. And yet they left everything and went to Bethlehem to search for Jesus. And when they found him, they worshipped him. They worshipped him. They had the brains, they had the choice of women, I bet. They had the camels, the top range of camels, the BMW of camels. They had everything. But it wasn't enough. I don't know, in this lockdown, if you've watched ITV4, and on ITV4 they've shown every Bond film going. And one of the Bond films, of course, is called "The World Is Not Enough." Well, that was the case for these Magi, these wise men. They had everything this world could offer, but it was not enough. They needed more. They needed this Lord Jesus Christ, and they came to worship him. One thing this COVID has shown us is that the things we rely on, the things we build our lives on, they're good things, they're not wrong. Friends, family, jobs, houses, wonderful. And yet they are not enough. They can't keep us. We need something greater than this world can offer us. The world is not enough. I wonder this Christmas if we will come to the one, the Lord Jesus Christ, who left heaven, added humanity to his divinity, the one who came to save us back to a relationship with God. He would do that by, in the end, giving his life and dying on the cross for us. These wise men had everything. But it wasn't enough, and they came and they worshipped Jesus with those gifts. I wonder, what do you worship? Is it enough for you? There is only one who is worth worshipping, the Lord Jesus Christ, who died for you and who rose from the dead. This Christmas, as you see the clock behind me, can you honestly say, it is time now for me to come to the Lord Jesus? It is time for me to have peace with God. Well, thank you for following me around with Doris the donkey. I'm sorry it's finishing on a wet, damp, gloomy evening, but the truth is just as sparkling as the clock behind me. The Lord Jesus came for you. It's time for you to come to him. And as we say goodbye to the clock, we'll also say goodbye to our Doris and thank her for all her help over these last few weeks. Bye-bye, Doris. And may I say bye to you, and may I wish you a very happy Christmas. God bless.